Occultism Unleashed. We back live. We had a little interference with the sound for the Venus and Aquarius video, so I'm gonna give it to you once again off the dome live. Venus and Aquarius. The sign of Venus itself is a sign that governs self-worth, harmony, beauty, possessions, and material goods. Venus is the natural ruler of the second house, which governs money, possessions, self-worth, and things like this. Venus in the sign of Aquarius, regardless of the house that it's in, is going to impact the houses where you have, I'm glad to see y'all made it. Glad to see y'all made it. Thank you for the hearts. It's going to affect the houses where Libra and Taurus are located in your natal chart. So Venus, as it moves through Aquarius, is asking us to reflect. Venus's symbol is the hand mirror, and the hand mirror requires reflection. Reflection, looking at yourself, allows you to see who you really are, not just how the world perceives you. So when you get into Venus and Aquarius, you're dealing with a situation where you're reflecting on how you can add worth and value to the collective. We ain't gonna let them stop. We ain't gonna let us stop them from getting this message out, man. We ain't gonna let that stop nothing. So when you're looking at Venus and Aquarius, you're looking at, you know, how you can add value and how you do add value as an individual to the collective. So when you have Venus and Aquarius in your first house, that means you have Aquarius rising. And this rising sign may, you know, make people perceive you as somewhat a selfish person because you refuse to, you know, be placed within the bounds of a group. But Venus in Aquarius, it asks you to consider how your individuality and your desire to be a unique individual can position you in the group to be more helpful. When you have Venus moving through your first house, and today is the 23rd, so Venus is approximately at 8.5 degrees Aquarius. So if you got 8.5 degrees Aquarius on your first house cusp, or that falls in your first house, this message is for you. So you're being asked to reflect on your self-image and how you present yourself to the world, especially online, through technology, how you assert your individuality. These are going to affect how people perceive you. The perception that other people have of you either lends or takes away from your magnetism, as Venus is the sign of attraction and harmony. It governs how we attract people when it's in our first house by our presentation. Now, Venus in Aquarius may not take time. Aquarius rising may not take time to get their looks and things together, and this may repel people, repel opportunities. Venus moving through your first house is working to attract opportunities and attention to you personally. So you want to make sure that you're presenting yourself in a way that invites the collective to come to you. And come to you for things that are governed by the houses where you find Taurus and Libra in your chart. The second house is the house of self-worth, money, possessions, movable goods, missing objects, and things like that. People who've lost things and put, you know, updates online, you may get some action and find what you lost. In regards to your self-worth, this is the time where you need to reflect on how you can contribute to the whole. And for every sign, you need to reflect on how reality being pushed on the internet, over the radio waves, through the TVs, these are things governed by Aquarius, are affecting you. But if it's in your second house, you really need to be focused on this and paying attention to this. Because the way it affects your self-worth is going to affect your money. It's going to affect your money. Because people who don't feel good about themselves, the energy of prosperity does not want to be with you. Prosperity means well-being. So in order for prosperity to flow, you have to have your self-worth popping. You have to feel good about yourself. You have to feel good about what you're doing for the collective when you got Aquarius on your second house cusp. Now, Aquarius on the second house cusp, you make money through technology. You make money through TV, radio waves, psychic ability, professional astrologer. I have Aquarius on my second house. Now, the way you present yourself, that's the first house, leads to the second house, which shows your self-worth and how you accumulate wealth. Venus in that second house is asking you to look at how you've been presenting yourself and how it affects your finances. It also tells you that if you're a business owner or entrepreneur, it's time to start promoting, creating commercials on TV, radio waves. This is the best time for you to run social media ads and go Google AdWord placements. Utilizing technology to broadcast your products and services in order to bring you more wealth. But make sure you're doing it in a way that is going to be in the interest of the greater good of the collective. Venus in Aquarius in the third house. The third house, it rules everyday matters. Everyday matters, your siblings, such as brothers, sisters, your aunts and uncles on your mother's side. This is the opportunity for you to make peace with situations, to let things go, and you know, let bygones be bygones. And by no means do I mean, you know, let people back into your life that abused you or treated you like crap. I'm not saying that. I'm saying make peace with the situation. If you're in a neighborhood that you don't like being in, it's time to use this Venus energy to beautify your neighborhood. It's time to make an effort to change the things that you put into your mind on an everyday basis. Things that reflect on the collective good, the greater good, and using technology to learn ways that you can, you know, fix things. And when I say fix things, I don't mean repair broken things. I mean, you know, set things straight so you're not carrying the burdens, especially burdens of poor relationships with your siblings and family members, negative energy that you picked up, you know, in your childhood environment, your neighborhood as a kid, letting go of the things that aren't conducive to the greater good for all. In the fourth house, we're talking about beautifying your home, bringing harmony to your home. Venus is a sign that rules music. It rules art and creativity. This is the time that you can make your home a unique place, a castle that brings you, you know, comfort and shelter from the when you leave out of your everyday environments, interacting in the neighborhood, doing your ins and outs, whether it's going to work or whatever. When you come home, your home is your sanctuary. This is a good time to play frequencies. There's free abundance generator and enchanted frequency playlist right here on the channel. It's free. Use them to put the type of energy that you want into your house. This is a good time for buying products and inventions that make your life easier, or you know, tech your house out a little bit. This is a good time for that. And this is also a good time to reflect on the karma that you picked up from your family, because the fourth house rules, you know, the karma that you inherit from your family. If you no longer want to be the oddball out, and that's not who you see yourself as when you look in that hand mirror of Venus, it's time for you to start coming into your own embracing the characteristics of your rising sign. The fifth house is the house of advertising. It's the house of our children. It's the house of recreation and fun. The house of hobbies. If you have a hobby that you're interested in, find a Facebook group, because Facebook is on the internet, so the internet is governed by Aquarius. Find a Facebook group that gives insight and information into the hobby for free. It's no cost to you. It's no cost to you. If you're interested in studying astrology, and astrology is a hobby of yours, this is a great time to get into those studies. Speaking of, March 14th, I will be teaching at Mystic University as a guest professor, Sun Sign and Beyond astrology course. If you're really interested in learning, jump in the course. The link will be in the description. Also, this is a good time for you to invest in inventions and technologies. As you see yesterday, I don't know how many of you guys pay attention to the stock market. Yesterday, NVIDIA stock, an AI chip, just brought the stock market from about 1,000 points worth of losses over the past week, man. By itself, pulled that thing up. Explosive earnings. This is a good time if you got fifth house, you know, on Aquarius on your fifth house. It's a good time to make investments in technology. Sixth house, we're talking about your health. We're talking about your work, the service you provide for the world. It's a good time to do community service, even if you're helping out online for the collective good. Whatever organization you're a part of that you can provide services to, this is a good time. If you're, you know, interested in you know, improving your health, utilizing technology and incorporating that into health benefits is a great thing for you. What's up, everybody? It's Dominic 369 for Occultism Unleashed. I don't know today, what that is. We're jumping into Mars, entering Aquarius. Hold on. Look, a lot of times Mars gets a bad rap. See, we got the red for the planetary magic of Mars. My bad. I got stuff set up all over my computer. I touched something and it went off. But anyway, the sixth house is important for your health. I don't got a smartwatch, but a smartwatch will help you. A step counter, setting up alarms, using your phone or your watch to do some walking, some running in place, you know, some sit-ups, jumping jacks, whatever you can do to improve your blood circulation. You want to do that at this time, including, you know, taking steps to improve your diet, especially if you got Aquarius on the sixth house, because Aquarius rules the calves, the shins, the ankles. This is why I suggested jumping jacks and stepping. These, even patting your feet. That's a Tai Chi exercise. Rocking your feet, heel to toe, heel to toe, heel to toe. You can do that several hundred times a day. It will improve your circulation dramatically. Not only your circulation, but your chi flow. Your lower limbs have to do with your yin energy, and yin energy is your creative energy. This is the energy that's necessary for manifestation. So you want to build up your energy, you know, rock your feet up on your toes, back on your heels, and that'll help improve your circulation for Aquarius in the sixth house and improve your yin chi energy, which helps you with explosive manifestations. Seventh house, this is dealing with your partnerships and relationships. Partnerships and relationships. This isn't just your intimate relationships and love relationships. This has to do with, you know, relationships you have with your trusted advisors, doctors, lawyers, you know, legal situations and things like that. Aquarius on the seventh house has a tendency to sometimes, you know, find themselves in multiple relationships and can't stay in a fixed relationship because they don't want to be controlled. There is two waves of energy that depict the sign of Aquarius, correct? So you have to learn to sync your energy with your significant other, so you can have the freedom that you desire while they have the security that they need to understand that they're in a dedicated, trusting relationship. I would advise anybody with Aquarius on the 7th house to not give too much attention and favor to this crap they put on the internet, whether it's YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, these relationship advisors who haven't been in a relationship over 10 years. There's no proof that they've been in a dedicated relationship, that they can function in a trusting relationship, that they have a relationship. They're just on here saying things that sound good. It's their income. Understand, these people that are giving relationship advice online that sounds good and got you leaving your partner you've been with 3 or 4 years because it isn't matching up to a idealism that was created by somebody online. You need to cut that off. Take the online crap out of your relationship, because it's hurting a lot of families and it's hurting a lot of people. And you're aspiring to ideals of people you don't know, who don't know you, who don't know what you've been through in your relationship, and it's destroying families. And you're trying to find Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, and you end up getting ran through with Mr. and Mrs. Right now. No relationship's gonna be perfect all the time. You have to be aware of the pros and the cons, and stop living your relationship based on other people's standards. I highly recommend, for those who are in relationships and you got Aquarius on your 7th house, get a composite chart done. A composite chart is a chart that tells how you and your significant other's energy works together. And from this, and from the transits through your composite chart, you can have a more fulfilling relationship. 8th house, we're talking about the resources of your relationship, your spouse's money. We're talking about mediumship. We're talking about psychic ability, because Aquarius is a sign that rules ESP, which is sudden information, precognitive information, deja vu, and things like that. Venus is asking you to reflect on your psychic ability, man. It's asking you to take a look at those moments and times where you think there was a coincidence, especially in regards to communicating with the dead, because the 8th house is the house of death and it rules mediumship. It isn't always going to be a voice that you hear out loud. It's not always going to be a ghost that you see. You may be walking through the supermarket aisle and all of a sudden you have a craving for your grandmother's favorite candy bar that you usually wouldn't give a second thought to. Pick it up. Drop it on the ancestor shrine. Pick it up. Eat it. Buy it. You may see your grandpa's birthday on a license plate several times in the same day. These are also confirmations that help you understand that the people who physically have left you are still here and trying to get your attention. The mediumship course and psychic intuition course in Mystic University. That's something that you want to really take if you're into developing your psychic powers. Again, the link is in the description for Mystic University. As always, I'm always going to promote Mystic University. Divine Mother Monica Bey has been my teacher for over 10 years. Over 10 years. Some of you guys have purchased my services and you know how I'm coming. You know how I'm coming on the magic tip. So if you want to develop your psychic power and your other spiritual powers, join the All Access Pass. It's over 40 courses available, content and live trainings almost twice, 3 times a week, man. Free healing sessions once a month. It's where you want to be. I can't tell you nothing more than that, man. It's where you want to be, Jack. It's where you want to be. The 9th house. Now, the 9th house, I'm a Sag. Sag is naturally placed on the 9th house, but when Aquarius is on the 9th house, it gives you the opportunity to reflect. Venus in Aquarius in your 9th house is telling you reflect. Take a look. Have you reached the achievement that you wanted to achieve? Your higher levels of education? And this is a very beautiful placement, man, because a lot of people kick themselves because they don't got a high school diploma, they don't got a college degree. I'm telling you, Venus is working for you right now if it is in your 9th house. We live in a world, now Aquarius rules technology, we live in a world where you can learn anything for free or next to free. A free university, Khan University, Khan, Khan University, a free university. You go learn tech, all type of stuff, man. For free. So if you've been feeling low self-esteem because Venus rules self-worth, if you're feeling low self-worth, you don't value yourself because you don't got a degree or haven't been able to finance, increasing your education, this is a time where you can utilize technology to build up your skill sets, increase your education, and really transform your life and change your career. Really make a big impact on the way that you're living, man. And I'll tell you this, man. You see, and I'm not gonna talk too much about it, because I told you these people is on my trail. Like they on my trail, man. AT&T went down yesterday. So did all the other cell phone companies. Not only did that, the fucking pharmaceutical companies went down too. Couldn't nobody's prescriptions get filled yesterday. So I'm telling you, I'm giving you the heads up. Cybersecurity is going to be a major industry. Go get those free trainings. Go take those online trainings. Use YouTube, learn the code. There's a lot of people teaching how to code right here on YouTube for free because they make thousands of dollars every month by getting views. Cybersecurity is going to be a major opportunity, especially when it comes to supply chain management. Supply chain management governs all the shipping and everything, dude. It's what makes the logistics make the world go round. So if you have expertise in protecting that online, in the technical aspects of that, the cybersecurity, you are going to be guaranteed work. You're going to be guaranteed work, man. So reflect on, how you can increase your value and your worth using technology. Venus in Aquarius is working for you, man. 10th house, this is your career. This is your employment. The mark you make on the world. Dope. That's dope to hear, sickle cell soldier. Let me get a swig right quick. Tenth house, this career, where you stand in the world, how you make your mark on the world. Are you utilizing technology and the internet to make the impact that you're meant to make? Venus is asking you to reflect on that, and it's also bringing the energy into your chart that will help you land a better career position if you see the value in yourself. You will find that Venus helps you out a lot. This is a good time to put in applications if you're not seeing the type of growth in your career that you want to see. Excuse me. This is a time to start putting in applications, sending out your resume to get better employment. Using online forums to do that. Compare pay grades and things like that to get your just due. Because again, Venus rules Taurus, which governs your money, naturally, and Libra, which governs balance and negotiation. So again, wherever Venus is at in Aquarius in your chart, it's going to open up the doors in the two houses where you got Taurus and Libra at on the cusp. Everybody get that? Now, the 11th house is the house that naturally is ruled and occupied by Aquarius. The 11th house rules networking, it rules humanitarianism, it rules altruism, it rules social organizations, whether you're a Mason, a frat brother, a sorority sister, a 4-H farm member. These are organizations that are 11th house placements. 11th house also rules the money that you get from your career and the resources that your job has available to give you. This is a good time to ask for a raise if you're satisfied with your work environment. You don't want to change your career, it's a good time to ask for a raise. Put it in an email. Email is ruled by Aquarius. Now, with Venus being in the 11th house, and your 11th house, you should be reflecting on how you add to the community, how you add to your social network. What's happening, More Soul Knowledge? That in the More Science Temple, even though it's a religious organization, it's a place where the community gathers as well. So that's a 11th house organization. How do you add value? How do you add value? How do you add value to your organizations that you're a part of? How do you contribute to the community with the wealth that you accumulate from your job or your career or your place in the world? And you can lend to your community and invest in your community based on your reputation or based on information that you're able to provide. It's not just a money thing when it comes to value and worth. Does everybody get that? 12th house, this is the house of rest. It's the house of hospitals, prisons, institutions where you go to relieve yourself of responsibility. It's called this house of self-undoing, but it's also the house of psychic ability. It's a house of spirituality. It's where we find ourselves addicted also, because it's naturally governed by Pisces, and Pisces rules addiction. Are you finding yourself imprisoned by your phone? Are you addicted to scrolling? Now is the time for you to take a break. Reflect on how the time wasted on social media is affecting your values, your personal worth, by looking at people who are made up for the camera, who have this and that possessions that you're trying to, get in order to maybe lend to your self-worth. Now is the time for you to reflect on how that is affecting you and relieve yourself of those burdens. Take a break from technology and get to know yourself. If you're on social media and it's affecting your ability to be effective to the collective, it's time for you to give, that a break and utilize it to grow and see how you can contribute and be a pushing factor in the community. That concludes all 12 houses. We got Mercury going into Pisces tonight, so we'll drop a video for that. It'll probably be live because they on joke time, so I'm not even gonna go through the riffraff. So we'll probably drop that Mercury and Pisces live tonight, and then tomorrow we got the full moon in Virgo. Full moon in Virgo, so we'll drop them lives too. and then the people who didn't catch it live, they can catch it on the replay. I appreciate y'all showing up. I appreciate y'all being patient with the sound going out. Thank you. Continue to grow. And as always, you got the opportunity to learn more at mysticuniversity.net. Link is in the description. Peace.